Hey, J-Wayne, trader get paid. Hey, J-Wayne, he got the answers Q&A. J-Wayne, hey, J-Wayne, Q&A.
What's up, y'all? This your boy J-Wayne, you know, representing Team Take Profits, and welcome to the J-Wayne Q&A show. And don't forget, guys, you can always send in your question to the askjaywayneshow at gmail.com, or you can just comment on one of my videos and ask your question there. I will get it, and I would love to make a video and really explain it to you guys. That's what Regina Nails did. So shout out to Regina Nails. I'm not sure if that's your handle on social media or whatever, but shout out to you. And this is what she's asking, all right? She said, I started learning how to trade about 2 years ago or more, and I had to put it away for a while. I wasn't bringing in any money to my family, and I was blowing any extra money on my trading account. That's tough. I completely understand that. And you at a crossroads and you got to make a decision what's best for your family. I get it. I don't want to lose what I've got. I feel like I have so much knowledge on trading, but I can't even seem to put it together. I got you. To get it mastered, or at least want to do 70%. So she's saying, I would love to be 70%. She's saying she's 20% right now. But I have faith and soon I'm be able to afford the class again. So she's talking about the mentorship. But how do you start over? And definitely can use some guidance. Okay, so how can you start over? It all depends how long you've been away. If you've been away for a very long time, you may be able to talk the basics, but you actually can't demonstrate them. You got to go back to the basics. No pride. I know you don't have any pride. The fact that you even sent this question in, but you may even have to go back to identifying candlestick patterns. I know you can, if I tell you a candlestick pattern, you may be able to say, oh yeah. But can you actually, trade off of it in the live market? Do you have confidence? See, that's a lot of it. Do you have confidence to, when you see a bullish engulfing candlestick, all right, followed by a red candlestick coming down, do you have confidence to take that pullback based off because you see an engulfing candlestick? You know what I'm saying? So you may have to go all the way back there. Now, you said you learned so much and you have so much knowledge. I don't really know what you've learned, though. I don't really know what you know. You feel me? So you didn't really tell me about that. But the thing is, you're saying that you don't know how to put it all together. Listen to me. Listen. Like I said, you can know something. You can know a strategy. You can know about a method, a certain method of trading. But when it's time to trade it live, you can't execute it. Or you execute it too late. Or you execute it too early. You never get the entry right. And partly it could be because the strategy is terrible. Or it could be something you're missing, a part of that strategy. You could be missing something that if I could just know what you're doing, I could tweak it. Boom, now it's working effective for you. So what I would say is you have to, whatever you're learning, right? Let's just use an example because you really didn't tell me what you're learning, right? So let's use an example. Let's say trend lines. Let's go simple and then let's go a little deeper later. Let's go trend lines. You've learned about trend lines, right? But you can't put it together in the market. You have to learn everything there is about the trend line. You have to learn everything there is. You have to know when it works and when it doesn't work. So just apply that to whatever you know right now. Whatever you know right now, do you know when it works? And do you know what it looks like when it's breaking down? Do you know that in the live market? Not just back testing, in the live market. Have you, whatever you know right now, have you tested that? Have you traded live? Or, I mean, like, not live like a live account, but I'm talking about a live market, whether it's demo or real money. Have you traded it for over 2 years? Because that's what it's going to take for you to know the ebb and flows of the market as it coincides with your strategy. So back to the trend line, I know what it looks like when it's not working. Let me take you to the charts. All right, so let's look at GBP USD on the hour chart. Now I'm gonna connect the 2 points, this point, and I'm gonna connect this point. Why? Because it made a lower low. This was a low here, but it came down and made a lower low. And this move started from here. Now, let me show you how I trade this. And we've been tracking this all week long, by the way. So let's say, for an example, right here, here's a buy, right? We want to take a buy. See, you're taking a buy in a consolidating market. You see this consolidation? So if I do take a buy from like somewhere like down here or something, because I see this candlestick pattern right here, like I was just mentioning to you, let's say I take a buy up out of there, right? I'm going to take profit quick. You see what I'm saying? The methodology around my trend line trading is I'm playing defense. The reason why is because you got a 50 moving average right here, and you have a valid trend line right here. I'm trading into trouble. So it's either I'm going to execute a buy down here, right? And get out real quick because I'm playing defense because of the essentially the brick wall that's sitting right here. I'm trading into trouble. So I'm not finna hold this for 30 pips, 40 pips. I'm gonna catch what, 10, 15 pips, call it a day. That's a little income trading, right? I know how to get in around these trend lines. Now, what it looks like when I should not take this trade, if I didn't see this candlestick pattern down here. See, this is consolidation, and you can see price is holding at this level multiple times. So it comes down here again for the third time, and it gives you a wick. I understand candlestick patterns. And by the way, if you want my candlestick pattern cheat sheet, when it comes to taking a retest, just look in the comments and you can see the pinned comment and it'll be there. Let's see what else. And it'll be in the description below. But I got a candlestick pattern cheat sheet you can download and I got all of them for you. Bearish and bullish. All right. So I understand candlestick patterns. Here it is. There's a wick. Okay. So what if I, for some reason, was asleep? All right. And I woke up or I was away from the charts and I look at the charts and I see it up here. I'm not going to take the buy up there. I missed my entry. So I know how surrounded by, because we're talking about trend lines. I know around the trend line where to get in at and what part, where it's like too late to get in, because I mastered everything about the trend line. So I use that as an example, but you have to know this according to what you've learned. You said you mastered some stuff. You got some knowledge about some stuff, but you don't know how to put it together. I'm just giving you some examples. If you be a part, once you be a part of the mentorship, I can really break down, because we have time. I will have access to you in the community, and we can go over this stuff in class on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we can really break down and fine tune what you got going on and get it right and get it working perfectly for you. That's what mentorship is about. All right. So now I'm going to take profit when it get to the 50, not when it get to the trend line. I'm not going to even let it get to the trend line. I took an entry right here for an example. Best time to take that is on a 15-minute chart. I'm on an hour just showing you some stuff, but I would take it on a 15-minute. All right, so let's change this to 15-minute entry. All right, and I'm going to take profit up. I'm going to ride it up to the 50. I'm not going to hope that it go past the trend line. So then I'm going to take profit, right? And then I'm going to wait and see what it does. All right. So there's the rejection. But I knew that there was an 80% chance that was going to happen. The question is, do you know 80% of the time if price does this is not going to work? These are the things you have to think about when it comes to whatever strategy you're trading. You have to know this. And I was just using this trend line as an example. Now, From here, you could either take a buy, because this is what I was telling you about, that bullish engulfing candlestick followed by a red candle coming back for a retest. You could either take a buy right here, because you would be getting in low. A lot of people would try to take the buy on that green candle. I used to do that. That's way too high. And then you get caught into this drawdown. Wait for a retest. Okay? And you want the retest to be coming back to structure. And if and the way that I trade, if price doesn't come back to my certain levels or the certain structure level I have that I recognize, then I don't take the trade. I don't care. I'm willing to miss it. I don't care. It's always going to be another trade, because I trade out of abundance. I don't trade like this is going to be the last trade I'm going to ever take. I trade as if I miss this one, it's okay. It's going to be another one tomorrow. And for the past, I would say 8 years since I've been trading, it's always been another one. So you could take a retest here, or you can wait for it to break the trend line and retest on top of the trend line. So now you got to play the odds. You got to say, okay, well, what if I take a trade down here versus if I take a trade past the trend line on a pullback? What is the odds? What is my risk to reward going to be? So you have to factor in all of that. All right. So I would say I like to wait for price to break something. That's just the way that I like. That's the way that I like it. I want price to break something, because then I know it's at that point of no return and it's gone. I can pretty much get some pips from there. But this is good too. I would just lower my lot size, because I'm still underneath the 50. I'm still underneath the trend line. I think it could be a good trade, because I see this wick and I see this bullish engulfing candlestick, this green one right here. So I think it could go up. Because of it's underneath the 50 and the trend line, I would lower my lot size. All right, so let's let this play out. So there's the break. Now let's find some type of retest. And so now this is a better trade, because it broke the trend line and it's retesting the trend line. All right, now let's go to the 4-hour chart. Look at all of this. We've been staying under this trend line for I don't know how long, and now we finally broke it. Look at all of this. Wick rejection, and you can see it's just going higher and higher. It's inching its way higher and higher. It's inching its way higher and higher. So if anything, and it's above the 50 on the 4-hour chart. So if anything, I'll take this retest right here. But the market is closed now. And we have to wait and see, but that's how I would trade this. So I'm trying to show you how I put everything together. But see, I'm doing this in a live market, and it doesn't matter if you trade dim or live, you got to still execute it. You still have to think about this a certain way. You still trying to learn this, and you're working. You said you're working, I believe. Then you want to just take advantage of my TTP copy trader, where, we're gaining 4 to 10% a month. I can't promise you a 15, 100%, because I want to take low risk. If I lose, I don't win 100% of the time. I lose about 20%. All right. I'm winning 85% of the time. Okay. So we're trying to keep it low risk. So it's something that you guys can count on, and it's very helpful for the people that is trying to learn how to trade. It takes time, or the people that's working all these hours, focusing on their family, they don't have time, but you can still make some money. You ain't doing nothing. So I'm doing it because this is what my life is. So I just opened it up for everybody. So take advantage of it if you can. And I hope that this kind of enlightens you. And I did the best I can based off the information you gave me. All right. I love you. I appreciate you. And if you got any more questions, comment below. All right. Don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And let's make this money, baby. Peace.